Whoa, it's the Illusion reporting from somewhere on Spaceship Earth. Are you an input or an output kind of person? And I was listening to this podcast last night on the way home, and it was talking about whether you're an input person or an output person, and that's what's shifted in our society, is that being an output person, like you're putting out stuff, you're making art, you're building things, you're writing stuff, you're doing poetry, you're acting, singing, whatever it may be. You're putting something out there, you're outputting into the universe, right? And the universe is based upon creation. When you're creating stuff, you're in the spirit of God, you're in the spirit of the universal energy flow, you're in creation. And that is the true form of the expression of God and spirituality, is to be creating things, to be making things happen. And that the big shift has happened where everybody has become an input person. They're just, all they do is sit around and let things be put into them, i.e. social media, the television, movies, the new terrible music that's out there. It's all input. It's input. And that input is all basically electromagnetic waves, and that input has been encoded with low frequency waveforms, and it's devolving our ability to connect. Because when all we do is put input, we're not in creation. We're not in the universal consciousness. We're in something else's consciousness, somebody else's consciousness, whether it's the mainframe or somebody else's thing. Like right now, for example, I'm making this video. I'm doing output right now. You're watching this video, which is input. So basically, this is my thing that I'm inserting into you. And you're not able to insert anything back to me unless you type out an email or write me a letter, which would be output on your behalf. And I encourage that. I encourage everybody to take what this moment is and begin to make things. Don't put a filter of judgment on it. Just start making things, whether they're writing letters to people, or they're doodling, or it's writing a poem or making a song. Anything except input. Input's good, but why we're all jammed up is we are all letting other people dictate what's going into us. Yeah, I mean, we selectively choose to hit play or, put the music on or read the book or whatever it is, but most of the stimulus we're inputting into ourselves doesn't require any output, if you will. Like, when you read a book, there's a certain amount of output. Like, your mind has to fire off and create images and do all sorts of stuff in your brain. It has to create this universe that the book is telling you about. I think the written word is one of the most powerful mediums there is, because it takes two to tango. Sure, someone can write a book, but you still have to pick it up and read it. You have, it's not like the television, which is just on in the corner babbling, blah, 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 blah. You don't have to do anything. Where I work is, the clients all watch televisions, right? And I catch it out of the corner of my eye as they just sit there, and there's just this signal being input into them. It's just whatever it is, man. Commercials, sports, TV shows, whatever, and then whatever is piggybacking that signal is getting in there and just turning them into zombies. Because as a person who does not participate in television and generally does not participate in that much social media, or like, I don't watch a lot of YouTube. Like, I watch like videos about how to like do woodworking projects, and you know, the occasional skate video or whatever, or I listen to some stuff. My point being is, I don't have time to have the encoded mind-washing, mind-numbing signal to be inserted into my brain, because I'm busy creating stuff. Like, that's what I'm doing. I'm creating this video, so I don't have time to sit around and listen to some other signal be inserted into my head and dictate how I perceive the world. And that's a lot of what I see what's going on, where I sort of got this aha moment listening to this podcast last night. Is like, yeah, everybody's just walking around like a zombie because all they are is receiving signals. They aren't actually like creating anything. And when you're not creating stuff, you're not in the flow of the universe. You're not in the universal consciousness, which is based upon creation. You're in somebody else's universe, right? Whether it's the TV show or some bad rap album or whatever it may be, but when we're creating whatever it is, we're creating our own universe. We're an expression of God when we're in creation. And I've been really observing people lately and just being like, what's wrong with people, man? And then I heard this podcast. I was like, oh, that's it. They're all input. And then because they're all input and they don't have any outward expression, they feel less than. They feel separated and disconnected from the whole. And of course, they don't have any ability to articulate or think, because they're not getting any new ideas, because they're disconnected from the whole, because they live in a place of all input. Because in order to connect with other people, you have to be willing to do output, whether it's talk about your idea, think. You have to creatively express yourself to interact with other human beings. And most people don't interact. They all are just input junkies. Input, just input, short attention span theater. So all of y'all out there who actually just make something today, go create a piece of art, make a song, do some sort of output. Just make output, man. It's like, where does the revolution come from? The revolution comes from within us, right? And how do we express what's going on inside of us? We create stuff that goes outside of us to let other people know what's going on inside of us. And hopefully what we're outputting is positive. But dude, if you need to express your darkness, man, that's fine too, because we all have it within us. But now we're moving into a whole new subject matter. So I'm just thinking about input, output. I'm an output person. I'm not letting a lot of input in anymore. Anyway, it's the illusion. Just what I'm thinking about going down the hill.